Hey, what's up? I am back in the garage with my Mark 4 Golf. And today I'm going to upgrade my shifter from an O2A1 to an O2J1 I picked up at the junkyard. So let's get to it. A great deal of the work will take place under the car, so I gotta jack it up. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take off this part of the center console. There's a screw here, and there's another one on the other side that needs to come out. So I'm gonna take those out right now. And if your car is intact, you'll have to take off this portion of the center console. But mine isn't. Mine's all broken. So next, I can take this off. But I'll pull this up, and the rest can come out. I do have to disconnect where the cigarette lighter is connected. With this part of the center console detached, you can disconnect the cigarette lighter, but mine is modified. So what I have to do is just unplug these. So now this is free and out of the way. I'll put it in the back seat, and we have full access to the interior part of the shifter. I still need to do something about my battery situation, but I am going to remove it to get better access to the shift linkages down below. Now I'm just going to take off the rest of this stuff. There's a little tab or latch holding this together. Let's see if I can get it off. I had trouble getting it off, so we'll revisit that later. Now I'm gonna remove that bolt there. Looks to be a 10mm as well. It wasn't even in all the way. So let's that move a little more freely. And now I'm going to remove the battery tray. Nope, they look to be 10 as well. Geometric constraints. Looks like taking this off will make things a lot easier. And I picked up some new screws for this from the junkyard. So I'll go hunt those down when I get everything done. And to make things even easier, I'm going to go ahead and remove the airbox. I was able to finally get this off, and I will show you the trouble I was having. I didn't know there was also little tabs here that connected under here. I was just worried about the tabs that come through here. So you have to pull these out and then press those away from it, and it comes off. And that's going to give me a lot more space to work in here. Now that I have all that room, I am going to disconnect the shift cables, and you can see my Diesel Geeks upgraded bushings there. But I guess I'll do the same thing on the new set when I get them in. So I'm going to go ahead and take those off. Let me go double check, make sure the car is in neutral. Let's see, what size are they? They're 13 M&Ms. So now I'm going to free the shift cables, and I'm going to try and do this with one hand. So for this upper cable, pull up on this clip, pull up on this clip and it should. So now the upper one is free and the lower one, you just remove this bolt. And that is my new-ish, sort of new Diesel Geeks upgrade kit. But I guess I'll try and do the same thing on the new one. So now I'm going to take off the lower, or disconnect the lower cable from the shift tower. So now the upper and lower cable are disconnected. Next, I am going to free the cables from the bracket here by popping out this clip, and the other one is just like it down below. So that's one, and that should allow the cable to be pushed through the bracket. Well, it doesn't allow it to be pushed through the bracket quite yet, but now I'm going to free this one. So this is what the clips look like. I put the screwdriver up against it like this and twisted, and it was able to wedge it off. And the cables go through this bracket here that is held on by 2 bolts, one there and one there. And I think they are 13 millimeters. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those out. Yeah, I forgot. There is another one back there. But first I have to take off this wire. So I'll do that, and then I'll remove the final bolt holding the bracket down. That is it. Oh, one more thing. This hydraulic line needs to be removed. So I think I can just pop it out. Yeah, pop it out of its clip like that. And that should free the entire bracket. So now I'm gonna pull it off of the cables. At least that's what I think I'm gonna do. All right. So with these free, that'll make it a lot easier when I pull out the cables from the other side. Now I did get this bracket, or the corresponding bracket for the upgrade from the junkyard, but I don't recall it having this piece. If the brackets are the same, but it doesn't have this, I'll swap it over, and I'll see if it has this one as well. Okay, so now I am under the car. This is the exhaust here, and the back of the car is that way. And the shifter is just up there. So that bolt there, and there's another one over here. I need to be able to get those bolts out and drop the whole shifter. So that means taking off this heat shield and somehow dropping this. I'm hoping I can get by with just decoupling this and letting this drop, and that'll be enough. But I will probably have to remove this bracket here, whatever it is. So I'm gonna see how much space I get by decoupling this. As rusty as it is, I'm surprised it broke free so easily. I shouldn't have to take them all the way off. I should just have to loosen them enough to remove the coupling or slide it away from it. All right. I don't know. That might be enough space. All right. So now I have to see about removing that heat shield. Well, I know I'm going to want to at least have this wire for the oxygen sensor floating as free as it can while I pull and tug on this heat shield. So I'm just going to take it out of the clamp here, and I have this little clip here, and set it aside because I'll be working here, and this side will have to come down. So maybe that'll be enough. Oh, I'm gonna take this wire off as well, and this one. All right, so I have a time with these clips, but this one isn't captive, so it should, yeah, it spins right off. So let's see, does that let this bend down enough to get the shifter out? It just might. It just might. That just might be enough, because those are the bolts I need to get to. That's the shifter box, and those are the cables that we freed already. So I'm gonna go up top and see what I need to disconnect, and maybe that'll be enough to get it out. So I think it's just these two nuts here I have to remove, and they are 13 millimeter. All right, back under the car. All right, these are 13 millimeter as well. I hope I didn't cut myself. But that would be par for the course. Since I'm down here messing with this exhaust, and it's rusty, I might think about a new one, or just a stainless steel coupling. There's always that funny area of resistance where it's just slightly too much for your fingertips, but not enough for the ratchet. And I hit that on this bolt. Oh, so is there anything else holding this bad boy up? Maybe there is. Back up top. I don't think there's anything else holding it. I just think I have to pry it free. I think. I guess I was right. Back under the car. All right, I think I'm gonna have enough clearance because everything is down except for the shifter. And then I can flex this a little. If I can just get the shifter, I will be home free. If I ever do this again, I'm gonna take the shifter off. I think I'll make it work, but that would be the move, because it is just barely not coming out. All right, so as long as the cables come, I'm home free. And I think the cables are come. So the cables are out. Let's go compare it to the new one. I was looking at them and hoping I could swap the boxes, but based on the front, it doesn't look like I can. Because I noticed after I pulled this in the junkyard that there was this hole in the side. And I said, why would somebody do that? And then there were 2 pennies rattling in here, and I shook them out. I guess that's what somebody or the previous owner was trying to get out with this hole. So I hope everything works okay. I mean, as far as I can tell, everything looks okay in there. But yeah, they were trying to get the pennies out, and they never did. I can only imagine how much they were rattling. And there's some obvious differences. The O2J does look beefier. But what I am most looking forward to is not just the feel, but the spring-loaded cable ends. These have slotted holes, and those are a lot easier to adjust. So that'll be for tomorrow. In the next video, I'll show you the problems I encountered when swapping over the shift tower. If you'd like to see how I finished the swap, hit subscribe. And if you'd like to see the other work I've already done on my MK4 Golf, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.